Hi, greetings and blessings, beloved one. I am Lady Drasmin. We are live now on TikTok. I'm going to give a few moments for people to join in live. If you are catching the replay on YouTube, welcome. I am Lady Drasmin. This is Dragon Oracle, and I go live every Monday at 10 a.m. to tune in on the collective energy, bring a message of love, empowerment, encouragement, support, and witness to the light workers, shadow walkers, dream weavers, and rainbow sheepy of the world. Tuning in, how are you doing today? How are you doing today? How is your mind? How is your heart? How is your body? Welcome Mover, welcome Lala, welcome Robert Foster. Let's drop into this present moment on the bridge of breath. 3 breaths, inhale through the nose and exhale. Second breath, inhale and exhale. Third breath, inhale and exhale. Beautiful. Welcome Sarah, welcome Nat Tiger, welcome Andy, welcome Margie. Drop a hi, drop a heart emoji. Welcome heart, lion heart, just as I said heart emoji. Drop a comment down below and let me know how you're feeling, how you're doing today. So this week, it is the last week of June. My goodness, June has just flown by, and I'm feeling like there's some big and very intense messages that want to come through today. So we're just going to drop right in. Hi, Lionheart. Thanks for the follow. Jasmine, welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, Shees. Welcome, everyone. Okay, I'm going to start today's circle with opening with the bell. Welcoming all angels, guides, beings, elementals, honoring of the light and shadow who wish to be present here to bring messages in support of our highest and best good, for the highest and best good of all tuning in. Take what resonates, leave what does not. Use your discernment, trust your intuition above all. These messages are more clarity and confirmation. You already have all the answers you seek within you, and it is okay to want that external, okay, I'm on the right path, all right? We are in this human experience together. So before I dive into the messages of this week, I'm going to share with you one of my poems. This is something you all have been liking, so I'm just going to keep on, all right? So this is a poem I wrote in 2017, and I encourage and invite you to join me over on Substack, where I share 3 new poems every single week. This poem is titled Blood Heals Time. This blank white page and a burning orange rage screams through muted, swollen, blood-stained lips, slashing through time's fabric on moonlit, icy wings, ripping through all 6 points of perverted gold star. The turn had come to suffocate life from fickle words and reveal a big constellation of perfected wholeness. Stars joyously collide to fill lungs with waters of living and flood joy into dried paths of fragmented patterns. This bloody vision comes in between flickering lights and a sad smile spreading across stretched, wet skin. Nestling innocent cries under hot, tormented desires of giving over and over from the same leaky baskets. A last clear trickle of drool slides through the pelvis as heart continues to beat through shredding walls. Swollen screams finally pierce through eyelid veils to change numbers and fabricate new power paths. Patterns wading through and clearing each leaky rage remind of a patient heart that loves through blind fire. Grief catches up and brings a soul-nourishing comfort tempering desire into delicate cups of glass diamonds. I feel like this is the message for the week. Allowing time, allowing for this measure of time to integrate the deep cellular healing and recalibration that has happened over the last few weeks. We just had that solstice gateway, and solstice is a time of reset, our inner balance. And those wounds, a lot of these wounds that are being healed in the collective go deep in the bloodline, go back through many generations. And so this poem is reminding of, there's going to be moments where it just feels heavy, like you can't breathe, overwhelming. And yet this is part of the journey, to be in witness of the process and to trust it and to hold yourself gently through it. Hi, Moonleaf Meditation Cushions. Thank you for joining. Thank you for the follow. Welcome, Shano. Thanks for the follow. Welcome, Elizabeth. I may do some personal readings at the end. We'll see how the energies go. My hands are in a lot of pain today. This is all swollen and black, so I am just allowing myself to channel the collective messages because those are really, really important to come through. All right, so I shared with you my poem. You can check more of my writing on my Substack. Let's get an overall message from the nanotech for the week ahead, and then we're going to pull some tarot for clarifiers. All right, stay tuned till the end. I might just have a little energy to do a reading for you. Okay, I only answer I questions. Okay, too many flew out, so let's just get one. Okay, the I point. And I was just saying I only answer I questions. Okay, the I point. Okay, this is a practice. Okay, this is a practice that helps you identify your I statement, which is fantastic, right? Because we really want to step into this empowerment of using I statements. I feel, I desire, I perceive, I want, I need, right? Not, hey, do you want to go do this? I want to do this, and I would love for you to join me, right? We got to really start working on empowering our language and co-creating our reality, because you statements are beautiful and juicy. Like, you look beautiful, you look wonderful, wow, you smell so nice. But when we're making asks, we want to be in the seat of the empowered I. Okay, so how do we get into this seat of the empowered I? First, you sit in a symmetrical position, meaning what? Meaning your posture, your spine is, and it's not a straight line, but it's a natural curvature, right? Straight up. Okay, feet on the ground, feet uncrossed. You want those energies to flow through. So sit in this position. And then feel the I point, okay? Feel that I. The letter I is a big, long stick. That's your spine. So feel that I. And then concentrate on breathing energy and breath through each vertebrae, okay? Starting at the root. Breathe in that breath through the vertebrae up to the crown, and let it spill out of your crown and cascade out of you in that exhale, okay? So inhale. And exhale. Okay, imagine that there's this big letter I in the back, okay, from top to bottom. The big letter I, you have your shoulders is the top line, and then you have the bottom is the bottom line, okay? So this is your I, this is your center point, okay? Bring your focus of energy and attention to that I, okay? And say I each time when breathing out. So inhale, I, and feel your spinal column holding you. Feel the bridge of breath, okay? Feel the nerves, okay? The nervous system, your spinal column. Without it, like, that's the backbone. It's literally called the backbone for a reason. Like, without the spinal column that protects the nervous system, like, we would have some serious problems, because the nervous system is very delicate and very sensitive. So feel into this. And just continue doing this exercise of breathing, inhale, And as you exhale, I visualize the eye of your spine, the line of your shoulders, the line of your sex right there, okay? And just continue doing this until you feel your strong sense of identity. Liz, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. Okay, continue doing this and just continue to soften. Okay, I really strive to stay away from the word relax, because when somebody tells me to relax, that's the last thing I want to do. I'm like, don't tell me to fucking relax. What do you think I'm trying to do? So it's like, just breathe and release. Okay, surrender into the breath, surrender into the body, surrender into anything that is arising within you, any sounds, any images, any feelings, any movement, and just hold witness to it. If there's movement and sound, give it room. Okay, on Mondays I go live on my Facebook for somatic intention setting, where I share with you the BDSM practice to get in tune with mind, heart, body, and energy. The replay is available right now. Drasmin, Trauma Informed Empowerment is my Facebook page. So that's another practice that you can use to get in tune with the I. Let's do this together, okay? 3 times. Inhale. Inhale. And the exhale. On the exhale. Okay, so this is the big message this week. It's really important to center into your sense of identity and strengthen your core. All right, now let's look at what the tarot has to say around this topic of the I. Okay, it's a big message that I was getting in meditation. It just keeps affirming with the cards. So let's see. I pulled out the in-between tarot. That's what I was calling. So anytime that deck comes out, I know it's going to be intense. Okay, yeah. All right, here we go. First message. The Magician, in between the Magician and the High Priestess, okay? So we are deepening into our power this week, okay? The Magician is the awareness that I am the author and writer and creator of my reality and my story. My words are my spells. My actions are the foundational bricks, okay? My choices are the glue that bring it all together, okay? And my self-care is what nourishes and cultivates the garden that I am creating, the garden of my life, the garden of my soul, the garden of my home, okay? And then when we shift from that awareness of I am capable, I am co-creating with life, then we start deepening into our intuition to really tune into our innate wisdoms, to our higher self, to know the aligned actions to take forward. Veronica, it's always good to feel you here, darling. Besos. Welcome, William. So this is what we're shifting into. We're shifting from the magician, from realizing that we are the master magicians. Like, you are the master magician. You are the master alchemist. Every single one of you is a master in the making. Okay, every single one of you. You don't have to be enlightened. You don't have to sit on top of the mountain for 6 hours a day to meditate. Every single one of you is a master in the making. And this is why these corrupt systems, they do everything in their power to keep you weak and addicted and sick and codependent to the system. Because when you realize that actually I am all, I am divine in form, I am the creator of my own life, my own reality, that's when they start to lose their power over you, and that's what they don't want, right? The whole reason that a lot of these systems are in place is to control and keep people under a certain umbrella that keeps them, latched onto the teat of destruction. And so when you wake up to your power, this is part of that awakening and awareness journey. It's like, oh, great shit. I do have all the possibilities within me. I can have and do and create whatever I want. Now you have to take responsibility, okay? That's where discipline kicks in, okay? So between the magician and the high priestess is that activation of discipline that you realize you need to maintain, okay? Like, motivation is like, yeah, we're on fire, let's go, let's do this, but we're not always going to be motivated, okay? We don't wake up every day and be like, yeah, today's going to be the best day ever, I have all this energy. Some days we wake up and we really just don't want to show up to life. that is when discipline is your friend. Discipline is your constant cheerleader. Okay, motivation is just like a coach that comes through town. They do a great speaking event. Like, I think of motivation like Tony Robbins. Like, he comes in and he pumps you up, but he doesn't stick around. Okay, you know who does stick around? You stick around. Your higher self sticks around. Your will sticks around. So as you move from realizing that, wow, I can be motivated, now you have to develop the discipline to stay motivated, especially on the days that you don't want to be motivated, okay? And this is where the strengthening of that I, that inner core, will really support with anchoring that discipline to nurture your thriving life, okay? I mean, ultimately you choose. Do you want to be latched onto a system that doesn't allow you to step into your sovereignty and power, or not? If you're tuning in, you don't want to be latched into this system. That's why you're here, receiving these messages, okay? Receiving like your boost of like, all right, okay, I'm on the right path. 4 of Cups in the reverse. 4 of Cups between the 4 of Cups and the 5 of Cups in reverse. This is a good energy. We're shifting away from feeling like feeling heartbroken. Okay, this is basically what this cup is saying. It's like we're shifting away from the energy of feeling left out in the cold, because we're realizing that we are the ones who have been perceiving that we're left out in the cold, right? Depression is a symptom that your inner world is not matching your outer world, and your inner world isn't matching your outer world because you are allowing that to perpetuate. Yes, there may be circumstances, and there might be, a little bit of a weaning process from leaving a corporate job, from moving out of a certain situation, from exiting a certain relationship, from starting a new relationship, right? Like, everything in the human experience takes time, and we don't like hearing that, right? We want everything now, 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 and of course we do, because we are divine. We're like, I know that this can happen right now. Yet we are in the physical body. So taking time to honor the emotions, which you have done, has helped you realize that there's nothing that is ever lost. Everything is just helping you grow and strengthen and come into greater inner standing. I stand within myself in my knowing of what is and is not good for me, of what are my needs, my desires. This is back to those I statements, okay? Shifting out of the 4 of Cups to the 5 of Cups is about shifting from, oh, poor me, to, you know what? Okay, I learned something, okay? So that's what that energy is about. Let's get one more card from the tarot. Y'all know I will only answer I statement questions. Becca, thank you for the follow. Okay, look at that. The star. Between the star and the moon, okay? So it's like you've just gone through a deep healing, and now you're being asked to go a little deeper. And you're probably like, fuck, oh my God, like, really? Well, this is just the journey, darling, okay? Just go deeper. And it doesn't have to be intense and painful and scary, right? Like, going deeper could be going deeper into pleasure, right? Like, you've cleared out this room, you've cleared out this old heartache, you've come into acceptance of your responsibility in certain situations in your life. And now, instead of saying like, oh my gosh, how much more crap is there to go through? It's like, how much more pleasure can I discover through feeling my deeper feelings? You hear that difference? How much more bliss can I tap into by going deeper into my heart space and discovering the depths of unconditional love that I have available for myself? I was gifted this incredible book last week at Women's Temple. I hosted Women's Temple last week, and this sister gifted me a book at the end of the circle by one of my favorite authors, John Jaya. I follow him on Instagram. I don't have any of his books, but I love his work. He's been on my wish list for a few years. And she came to me after Sister Circle, and she's like, hey, I have this book for you that a sister of mine got directly from the author at a signing, and it just feels like it's called to you. And I was just like, this book has been on my wish list. It's called Daughter, Drink This Water. Incredible book. And in this book, there's a line in there that really stuck out to me. I mean, I read this like 5 days ago, and it stuck with me. And the line is, your vulnerability is a garden. Love is the seed, and unconditional love is the flower. Okay? So this is the message of the week. Cultivate a deeper, more intimate, more loving, more pleasurable connection with your vulnerability, because your vulnerability is your superpower, okay? Your vulnerability is your strength. The fact that you feel so deeply is the medicine that this world needs, that your ancestors need. Okay, so as you're going from this deep healing from the star to the moon, it's like, yay, oh shit, there's more layers coming. Ooh, instead of like recreating that old story of like, oh my god, it's gonna hurt, it's gonna suck, like I'm gonna have to go into the another dark night of the soul, I'm gonna have to hermit. Okay, maybe you might need to hermit, but this time you might have a friend who you can call to come over, right? You might have a pet, you might have a garden that you can walk through, right? Life is only ever getting better. It is our perception that keeps us a prisoner of the past, but that is no longer the case because we're shifting out of that Four of Cups. We've taken some time to rest, to time out, and now we have an opportunity, because at the Five of Cups, that is a turning point. Five is the middle turning point of like, are you going to like sit there and cry over spilled milk, or you're going to pick yourself up and boss up, okay? Like anytime I'm going through a challenge, I'm like, all right, Drasmin, are you going to cry about it or are you going to boss up? Well, I'm going to fucking do both because I'm in the human experience. I'm going to cry about it if I need to, get my feelings out, give my tears to the earth, give my tissues to the compost, and then I'm going to boss up and move forward. Because this is what life is. Life is this constant evolution, this constant deepening, this constant, uncovering the layers and decluttering the mind, decluttering the heart, decluttering the body, decluttering the home. Get rid of, those things that you haven't worn or used in months. Put it on a free group on Facebook, recycle the wealth and create room and receive, okay? Like at the top of this card, there's a new cup coming in, a new deepening into self. And that's the message. Can you deepen into self? Deepen into your eye. Deepen into your awareness. Deepen into your empowerment. Deepen into your vulnerability. One last message. Gabrielle, thanks for the follow. Baby J, thanks for joining. Thank you everyone for all the love and the hearts that have been coming in. I know I'm talking and I don't get through to them. Look, Six of Cups between the 6 and the 7, okay? It's like you are learning how to balance your energies in a way that is more efficient, right? Work smarter. Okay, I went live on Facebook on my Wednesdays live in my private Facebook group last week. And I was talking last week how if you struggle to create it, you will struggle to maintain it. If you struggle to create it, you will struggle to maintain it. Okay, so get off the struggle bus. Okay, the struggle is not real. The struggle is a fucking program that keeps you in hustle, grind, overworking, okay? Overburdened, taking on responsibilities, baskets, eggs, bullshit. It's not your problem, okay? So it's like we are letting go of the struggle. We are letting go of the grind. We are realizing that life can and is meant to be easeful, right? Like, look at the trees, look at the flowers. Do you ever see an apple tree sweating to produce apples? It's like sitting there with its roots in the ground, like, it's dripping sweat, like, oh, I gotta produce these fucking apples, like, oh my God. No, the apple tree does not sweat to create apples. And so you, my dear, are not meant to struggle to create the life that you desire. Yes, there may be some sweat, right? Like if you're cultivating a garden, hoeing around in the backyard will produce a sweat. I was out there hoeing around last week for an hour, planting some garlic, getting some mullein in the ground. I was breaking out a sweat, right? Like that's okay. Breaking out a sweat that way is okay. I'm talking about like your emotional struggle, right? Like you shouldn't emotionally be struggling to do something. If there is resistance, feel into that, right? Feel into the resistance. Feel into why does this feel so difficult? Why does it feel scary? Go deeper into, what is the best thing that could happen? This is another revision that I did last week in Women's Temple. We had this very powerful practice that we did. And one of the revisions that we did last week in Circle was reframing and rewriting what's the worst that can happen to what's the best that can happen. What's the best that can happen? What's the best that can happen? Oh, my tomato plant doesn't live and it becomes food for the compost. All right, compost got extra snacks. Great. Oh, what's the best that can happen if I ask this person out on a date and they say no? Oh, well, now I know and I can move on. What's the best that can happen if I apply for this job? Oh my gosh, maybe there's even better position waiting for me, right? What is the best that can happen? That is the energy of co-creation. From 6 of Cups, okay, co-creating from our heart, being heart-led, soul-led, not struggle, mind, suffering-led, okay? We're not thinking about like, oh my gosh, I have to do this because this is what's going to bring money. That's a struggle right there, right? If you are thinking from the mindset of, I have to do X, Y, and Z because that is what's going to bring me more money, that will backfire on you. Because money is a tool, an energy exchange tool. If you're working and struggling and going against your soul truth to be in a job, to be in an environment, to be in a home, to be in a city that is not in alignment with your soul's truth, if you are in struggle against your own soul truth, you are not going to attract the blessings that you are calling in with ease. Okay, they're going to be delayed. They're going to be rerouted until you realize that you need to allow for ease to create ease. And you need to create ease to allow for ease. So it's like this reciprocity of giving and receiving energy, of delegating, of asking for support and allowing yourself to receive it is what feeds your heart. Oh, okay, I can ask for help. I can take a break. Okay, I can delegate. I can put this burden down that isn't mine. 6 of Cups moving into the 7 of Cups. Learning how to co-create with life. Okay, learning how to co-create with life. Last message, one last message of love and empowerment for the collective tuning in today. Oh my gosh, of course, I felt it. Look, the Lover's card. Another 6 to a 7 card. Okay, we just had the 6 of Cups moving into the 7 of Cups. We just have the Lover's card moving into the 7 Chariot. Okay, it's like the more you learn how to love yourself, the more you deepen into yourself, listening in to your own wisdom, doing things because that is what is meant for you, not because you are seeking the approval of others, not because, X, Y, and Z said that you need to do A, B, and C. No, this is not how we make choices. We make choices because it is a full body yes. And absolutely give consideration to the people around you, especially if these decisions involve them, right? If you have a partner and your decisions affect your partner, communicate with your partner, okay? You got to also have that consideration for the relationships and the dynamics that are in your life. Take care of the hearts that are open themselves to you, okay? This is a big thing that's been happening in my life recently. I feel guided to share with you. Like, I've been having these really intense conversations with people in my life. Like, if you are in my inner circle, my heart is open to you and it needs tending, okay? My heart needs tending. I need you to check in on me. I need you to show up for me. And if you can't, that's okay. Let's move on. Because we gotta cultivate, like, if you don't take care of your, like, let's say you have a garden, let's say you have a pet, right? You gotta take care of your pet every day. You gotta clean up after their poop. If you have children, you gotta feed them every day. You gotta, give them love and cuddles every day. If you've got a garden, you gotta show up for it every day. So we have to show up for ourselves that way. We have to show up for our relationships that way. And we have to ask that in our relationships. That's why my circle is very small, but it's very quality, because we are supporting and loving each other and checking in on each other and just making sure we're all good, that we are continuing to heal these wounds of rejection and abandonment and isolation by cultivating these relationships and tending to them. So tend to your inner relationship so that you have the strength and the courage and the wisdom to tend and nurture your external relationships, and that's going to create big movement in your life, right? The Chariot is about big movement. So the more we deepen within, the more we're going to see these bigger movements in our life. But if we're just focused on the external movement and not doing the inner work, that shit's not going to fly, okay? It's just not. All right. Let's get one closing message from the Ancestors Oracle. Dancer of Reconciliation, okay? Dancer of Reconciliation is the energy of coming home to self. We are coming home to self. Forgive yourself for not having the right answers, for not doing what you think you should have done. You did the best you could in the moment, and if you didn't, forgive yourself, move on, okay? Reconciling with a friend. I sent out some apology messages last week to some friends from a few years ago that I kind of cut out because I was just like in so much grief that I was just not functioning. My brain was literally not working. And I finally reached out last week and I apologized and I said, hey, you know what? I'm really sorry. I wasn't in a good place. That doesn't excuse anything. I just want to say I'm sorry and I trust that you are well. Right? So it's like we forgive ourselves and then it becomes easier to reconcile with others, okay? This does not mean that you accept bullshit behavior back into your life. It just means that you are finally ready to let go and deepen in your vulnerability. It's like, okay, I've got my scars. Let's keep going. Let's keep growing. All right? So these are the collective messages that I have for you today, dear ones. Thank you for so much for joining me live. I do have energy for 2 personal readings. So who's here and would like a message? I can pull tarot or I can pull a spirit animal oracle. Let me know what you want. Okay, Moon Leap says, I would love one. Do you want tarot or do you want an animal spirit? All right, so for Moon Leap, just a general message. What? Not this deck. Okay. Not this deck either. Good Lord. Ay, 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 ay. Ay, 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 ay. ¿Qué vamos a hacer ahora? Okay. 2 of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Maybe some decisions. Let's shuffle. Oh, thank you. Moonleap says, love the collective message, by the way. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for sharing that. I really appreciate y'all feedback and knowing like these messages resonating with you. So thank you for sharing. Thank you for the hearts. Mike, thanks for the like. Beautiful people. I may not check your messages right away, but I see you. I feel you. Thank you for being here. All right, for Moonleap, tuning into their energy, please. A message for their highest and best good. The Devil, okay? What is an old pattern that you are aware of that's been really challenging to break, okay? I'm feeling like this is a karmic pattern, okay? I need to get another clarifier because this fucking Devil card came out for me a few times last week and it's like this, there's something subtle. There's something subtle that you're aware of. But it's like, oh, it really can't be that. Yeah. And it's directly connected to something that you're emotionally invested in. Okay. There's something that you are emotionally investing yourself in every single day. And it is actually draining you. Okay. It is actually draining you. You like have a thought like, maybe this isn't the best thing for me. But you know what? It does make me feel good. No, this is a distortion. There's something that you are feeding your emotional energy into that is a distortion that, you know, at a subtle level, you're like, no, I got to cut this fucking thing out. And you're not. And this is your message. This is the moment. Okay, this is your confirmation. Cut it out. There is a distortion here. There's something more nourishing for you. Look, 8 of Wands, bottom of the deck. Okay, you already have that clarity. Yup, you said. Okay, that's confirmation. You already know what it is. It's time to just go cold turkey. Go cold turkey. Okay? You gotta fucking starve it. That's the message for you, Moonlight. You gotta just starve it. Yeah, Knight of Discs. Move on. Cold turkey. Cut it out. It's going to sting. It's going to hurt. You're going to feel, you know, a little bit of withdrawal symptoms. Look, King of Cups. Okay? You're going to feel a little bit of withdrawal symptoms when you go through this emotional cutting. So, give yourself a little bit of gentleness in the sense of a play date. Okay. Anytime I cut something emotional out of my life, play dates are super supportive for that. Play dates could be coloring, watching a cartoon, painting, something that just takes your mind away from it. Okay. That's your message, Moonleaf. Anyone else? Anyone else want a message? You are so welcome. If you're open to sharing, I'm genuinely curious. All right, going once, going twice, no one else. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, we're all feeling empowered. We're all feeling clear. We're all like, oh, I got all the answers from that general message. Okay, beautifuls. Oh, yeah. See, that shit's fucking hard, right? Like, relationships are tough. Like, emotional, like the biggest source of quantum clusterfuck in our world is the emotional entanglements. Okay, so it's like, we got to return to that we got to return to that sovereignty. We got to return to, like, who am I, independent of this relationship, independent of this person, and really focusing on that. And if the relationship falls away, then let it fall away. Look, world, I cut the deck. It's like, okay, end the cycle. Okay, end the cycle. There's something so much better for you. And that can be really hard to see when, this is all you've known. How could you possibly see all of this? Okay? But it's a big, beautiful world out there. It's a big, beautiful world out there. And there's so much love and magic waiting for you to have spaciousness to tap into it. King of Swords. I'm done speaking truth today. I'm done channeling energies. All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining me today. I really appreciate your presence, joining me here live on the TikTok channel. If you're interested in personal readings with me, I do have those available. I did some readings for last week. I know. Okay, this message says, I want to be able to do this within the marriage. We sometimes, okay, ultimately you're gonna do what's best for you, right? I'm not here to tell you what to do, but what I will say is a relationship takes two people. Okay, it's two people giving 60% each. Okay, each person is 60-40. And if each person is not 60-40, that is not healthy. Why 60-40? Because then you're overflowing. And if someone's low, there is the overflow to tap into and from. Okay? So think about that. Relationships are really 60-40. And that changed my perspective on relationships when I realized that, because for a long time I had this perception like, oh, it's 50-50. No, it's not 50-50. It's 60-40. There's an extra 20% for one or both people to tap into if they're not 100%, right? So think about that as you make these choices. It can be really hard to break those old traditions that say, oh, we're married for life, or if you get divorced, you're going to burn in hell. Okay? But those are obligations and traditions and paradigms that do not serve the new now timeline of empowered sovereignty, of anchoring into the divine blueprint that we are. So breathe and just feel, okay? Feel into those questions, okay? If you're not ready to make decisions, it's okay. But really start asking those uncomfortable questions, sitting with the answers, and feeling everything that's wanting to come through. And focusing on you. Focusing on giving to you that 60-40 right now. Especially if the other person is not showing up in 60-40. All right? That's all I'll say on that. Laura Teeling, thank you so much for the follow. All right, I'm going to log off now. I love you all. Thank you for joining me live today. The replay is going to be up on YouTube in 24 hours. Starting next month, I'm going to be doing pick-a-cards, small little pick-a-cards on my YouTube. They'll be available on Thursdays, okay? So I'm adding more juice to my channel. So join me live on Mondays on Facebook or here on TikTok. Join me live on Wednesdays on Facebook. And if you're interested in connecting with me, all my offerings, how to get me for readings, all of that is in the description box below. On the YouTube replay is in the link in bio here on TikTok. Until we meet again, take care of your beautiful selves. Remember, your I. Drink water, hydrate, breathe. Remember that you are love, here to love and to be loved. Bye for now.